up, everybody, and welcome back to another Madden 22 online CFM game. We are now in week 8 of the 2024 season here in the Premier Madden League. We have a doubleheader for you today. Our week 8 game against the Baltimore Ravens and our week 10 game against the Green Bay Packers will be in this video. We're technically covering 3 weeks in one video because we also have the week 9 bye. But I must warn you guys, both games in this video will be played against the CPU. This week 8 game against the Ravens, the guy was busy, so he had no time to play, so we had to play his CPU. And on top of that, we're getting a Baltimore Ravens team led by Lamar Jackson in heavy rain, which is a little scary, mainly because we're going against the all-Madden CPU, and you know the all-Madden CPU can cheat whenever they need to, and with the heavy rain, I mean, there's a number of ways they can make it happen, especially with inaccurate passes. As we are underway, Baltimore will be getting the ball first. So, with ourselves playing against the CPU, you just want to get out to an early lead and not give them a chance to cheat. That's basically all you want. You don't want this guy breaking 1,500 tackles as a 3rd down and 10 upcoming. Definitely got to keep Lamar Jackson in the pocket. Only rushing 3. Breesy puts the heat on, and that will be a short on 3rd down. They're going to have to punt the ball on 4th down. Breesy putting that pressure on definitely made the difference as Dobbins didn't really have much room to work with there. As we get the return there from Lorenzo Lingard. Definitely going to try to limit mistakes in this one as Anthony Schwartz can't quite get away from Marlon Humphrey, one of the top cover corners out there. But on the next play, Schwartz with separation. Oh, he can't quite make the catch. That ball led a bit too far away by Sam Howell. And yeah, rainy conditions, passing won't be easy. 3rd down, that's covered tightly by Patrick Queen as we look for Joe Mixon out the backfield. And it's a quick 3 now for our offense, and definitely not what we were looking for. Because like I said, I felt like it was uber important for us to get out to an early lead in this game, bury the CPU while we could. You give them light, they'll find their way to the end of the tunnel no matter what dirty tactics they have to use. As the Ravens, I suppose, playing to the elements. They're keeping it on the ground. Nothing too crazy, nothing too far downfield. On 3rd and 5, Jackson well protected. Now roaming to the left side. He'll get it to Mark Andrews, who gets clobbered, but also gets the 1st down. That was definitely a bang-bang play as Roquan Smith gets thrown to the ground by the powerful Zach Charbonnet. But yeah, it looked like, William Jackson was there. Just, Lamar Jackson doing Lamar Jackson things, I suppose. But we keep him contained on 2nd down. So another chance to make a play on 3rd down on this drive. Jackson, feeling the heat, just launches up a prayer. Oh my goodness, it's caught. Oh my goodness. You gotta be kidding me. There it is, Rashad Bateman for the touchdown, and that is the all-Madden CPU doing whatever they want, because that was pretty good coverage by Jamal Hill, and really not much we could do about that. The CPU essentially just pulled off a rocket catch on us. I don't really know how I could play that much better. I feel like if I click on there, I make the play worse. So on 2nd down, we go down the seams. Christian Kirk in stride. One falls down and the rest can't get him. Christian Kirk giving him the work. And we might have to get into a shootout to keep up with these Baltimore Ravens. If you thought us playing the CPU meant easy wins, I wish that was the case. But hey, if you like a close game, whether it's against a user or a CPU, here we go, as Charbonnet running the ball, and the Ravens starting to find some momentum in their ground game. That's not what we want to see, because we've kept the passing attack contained. As I say that, Lamar Jackson gets a nice play downfield to Mark Andrews. But yeah, we've done a solid job limiting big plays. It's just this second act by Lamar Jackson is killing us. We get the tackle for loss there. On 2nd, Breesy. Oh my, what a start we've had from the defensive tackle in his 2nd season out of Clemson. Brian Breesy, 3rd down and 18. Jackson jump throw in the flats. That shouldn't be a 1st down. We'll see what the flag was before we get too excited. And you gotta be kidding me. That looks like roughing the passer. Oh, come on. Breesy, you're doing a little bit too much, man. You were doing so well, but oh, you gotta pump the brakes a little bit. And yeah, once again, the all-Madden CPU for the 2nd time on 3rd and long. When we have them boxed, they say, nah, fam, I'm gonna get this 1st down. Drew Sanders. Let him know. Send a message. 3rd and short. They'll give it to Charbonnet. Oh, what a jump cut away from Haskell Garrett. And that'll easily be enough for the first down. A little power option there. Oh, with the juke move. It's Charbonnet for the touchdown. And the Baltimore Ravens capitalize on the roughing the passer penalty. That came on a check down, man. It came on a check down. I don't even think they would have been able to kick the field goal on that check down to Mark Andrews. Instead, we're down by 7, and we got to gear right back up. And, of course, our last drive was a quick hitter to Christian Kirk, so we might have to earn our paycheck a little bit more on this drive. Sam Howell rushing for a gain of 12 yards. Howell downfield. That's separation. That's Christian Kirk. He's going to do it again. Back-to-back drives. Big touchdowns. Christian Kirk once again giving him the work. I mean, that was Christian Kirk matched up against... Oh, okay, that's good. We already have to deal with the wind in this game because not only is it heavy rain, there's powerful winds in this one as well. I don't need the CPU blocking my kick on top of all of that. But yeah, Christian Kirk was matched up against a linebacker. That's as easy as it gets. Christian Kirk, at this point, his route running is like every single route running thing is in the 90s. So, like, you know, he'll torch most cornerbacks, let alone linebackers. We're early in the second quarter, but we've had a lot of action in this one so far, and that's going to be a nice tackle for loss. Our 2 middle linebackers combining to make the play. 2nd down. Oh, Jackson, that one got away from him there as he tried to check it down to Charbonnet. We have another penalty, and it's a roughing the passer again on our Houston Texans. Instead of 3rd down and 12, this time it's Aiden Hutchinson inside. That'll advance the Baltimore Ravens 15 yards with a new set of downs. Good tackle there by Kyle Fuller because we don't want Lamar Jackson scrambling. We want Lamar Jackson not to make throws. We don't want him to just run around freely. So Drake Jackson getting the sack. That's nice. 3rd down. Quick throw with the pressure put on. J.K. Dobbins running through bodies with ease. And we'll see what the Baltimore Ravens do here because this is a 4th and manageable. They might go for it. No, they're going to go for the field goal here. In the heavy rain with Justin Tucker. Oh man, never stood a chance. It's no good. Just a little tidbit for you guys. Whenever the CPU tries to kick a field goal, usually over like 55 yards especially, they usually don't make it. I don't know why. The CPU has a very low success rate at making kicks. So when Justin Tucker lined up there, I was actually okay with that. I would have rather them attempt the kick, then go for it on 4th down. That is a late throw to Joe Mixon. Didn't give him a chance to turn that one upfield in stride as we go play action with Sam Howell. Eyes downfield. It's Kirk once more, shaking a man off, and it's a first half hat trick for Christian Kirk, who, it must be said, is giving the CPU Ravens the work. And then some right now as the PAT is good. The kicking game cannot be underrated in this one. We got to earn every single PAT and field goal we attempt in this ball game. As you saw what happened with the Ravens, they missed a field goal on the previous drive, and that ends up being a 10-point swing. As Charbonnet, he seems to be good to break the first tackle most of the plays as we have an injury to one of the Baltimore Ravens offensive linemen. We'll see if we can get a pass rush. Absolutely not. Instead, on 2nd down, they got down with the Keyshawn Boutte, but oh man, I thought Roquan Smith was about to line that dude up. We're getting a lot of stops in the backfield on 1st down on Charbonnet. 2nd down, jump throw from Lamar Jackson, and J.K. Dobbins checking into the game, and Dobbins good enough for the 1st down as we approach the 2-minute warning. Swatted by Drake Jackson. I'm going to look to be a check down attempt. 2nd down, Breesy again. Brian Breesy, after missing the first couple of games this season, he's been on a heater. 3rd down and 18, nothing fluky. Oh, Jackson, he throws up a prayer, and that's easily going to be caught by Keyshawn Boutte. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Boutte, he didn't stand any resistance. He never got any resistance from, I think it was William Jackson, who went out of bounds. Like, the CPU just put him out of bounds, and we got rocket caught on for the 2nd time this game. We've given up 3 drives for touchdowns. 2 of them rocket catches on 3rd and a mile when we had it boxed up, and the other one aided by a roughing the passer penalty on a 3rd down that we got the stop on. I mean, sheesh, man, sheesh. It's not looking great for us right now, but the good thing is we are cooking on offense, and Christian Kirk is having a career outing right now as we call it a timeout with 1:05 to go in the first half. We're going to try to especially get a touchdown here. I'm not even sure if field goal is good enough. I won't be truly satisfied unless we get a touchdown here, and Joe Mixon helping out the cause, getting a lot of extra yardage as we have Brevin Jordan on the zig. Jordan gets away, high steps a man, and is out of bounds to stop the clock at about the 13-yard line. Late penalty here. Yeah, why not? Holding on the Texans. Yeah, why? We did something good, so naturally, penalty. I mean, the all-man CPU, they are shameless right now in their attempts to cheat us, as we actually pretty much run the same exact concept that we had on the previous play. This time we don't get the holding penalty from Luke Matthews. It's a gain of 10. Why not? If it works, it works, and Anthony Schwartz is putting in work right now. The flash with the dash for the touchdown, and we're once again on top in this ball game. It feels like if we could just get that elusive stop on defense, we're doing enough just about every time we've had the ball. Besides that opening drive, which we missed the throw on, we kind of just been dicing up the CPU. It's just, I mean, we just need this one stop here, please. There's only 35 seconds left. Lamar Jackson got it off. That's Bateman who got the first touchdown in this game, and that's going to be an easy gain of about 17 yards, and that's going to be an injury timeout charge to the Baltimore Ravens. That'll stop the clock, take away their first of 3 timeouts in the half. Quick throw in the flats. Turning upfield is Keyshawn Carter, and he's going to get some nice yardage right there, and the Ravens have quickly carved this up into field goal range, looking for more, and they've got it. Once again, using the sidelines, that is Bateman to the 14. Mark Andrews, middle of the field, and a good tackle there by Roquan Smith to at least somewhat slow down their momentum. It's a gain of 5, 13 seconds to go in the half. Jackson, oh, he tried to take off right there, but we were able to get the shed, force him to throw it away. 3rd down, sending the blitz, and Jackson had him on the quick slant, but Bateman couldn't haul in the pass. The contact from Kyle Fuller made the difference there, but it looked like Bateman was actually open. So, hey, something on 3rd down that went our way doesn't feel realistic. Like, for real? They got the field goal? All right. We'll take that as a win for the stock troops, I suppose. We'll maybe make something happen at the end of the first half. Just like last week, it's Anthony Schwartz. Can he go? Humphrey's not going to get him. And the flash with a monster end to the first half for the 2nd week in a row. Anthony Schwartz with a timely touchdown with a downfield bomb from Sam Howell. And that could finally be the separation that we've oh so badly needed in this ballgame against the CPU Baltimore Ravens. That's Kirk. Got away. Christian Kirk, he's going to do it again. We start the second half with another long play. Christian Kirk, touchdown number 4 of the game. And for the 2nd time, he's got a linebacker on him. In fact, that was the same play we scored on earlier when number 2, a linebacker on the Ravens, was matched up against Kirk in man coverage. And that's just the easiest pitch and catch we'll ever have to make in any game. So all of a sudden, we've got ourselves an 18-point lead, and that, the whole little change in momentum where we held the Ravens to a field goal, somehow got that play off to Anthony Schwartz. Shout out to the man with 97 speed as Charbonnet run the ball here. Now, things feel a little calm. I mean, I don't want to be greedy, but one more defensive stop would be nice, and we got it! That was a superstar play by Roquan Smith on 3rd down. He was headhunting out there and made the tackle in the backfield, and the Ravens, being the CPU, they're going to punt the ball on 4th down, and we're going against a user down by 18. They might go for it in that situation, even with this being a CFM, but yeah, CPU Ravens, they're like, there's a lot of time left in this game. We'll punt the ball and rely on our defense that has not even come close to guarding us, has no idea how to stop Christian Kirk, but who does? Christian Kirk is putting up a monster game, and Sam Howell was creeping up to 500 yards passing with 6 passing touchdowns on his resume already, and we're doing something we haven't really done in this game, run the ball. We've been passing with so much success and getting a lot of downfield shots. We haven't really had to call upon the run game, which I expected. You guys saw with that heavy rain thing, I clicked on, hold on, 3rd down here. Let's make sure we get this play. Sam Howell breaking the pocket. Crazy throw. And Christian Kirk, we dial his number and he answers the bell as always. That's not going to be a first down. With an 18-point lead, I would rather just go for it on 4th down. So you know what? Why not? Put the offense on the field. And that's Kirk yet again. He drags the toes for his 5th touchdown in the game, and we're 3 quarters in, and that's passing touchdown number 7 for Sam Howell. Oh my goodness, that one bounced every which way off the crossbar, but not in, and thus it is a 3-possession game. Since we are still only up by 24, that was a chance to make it up by 25. Just when you think we could put away the Baltimore Ravens, there's still a sliver of hope, but it feels like we're finally starting to get the job done in this one, as that's going to be an overthrow by Lamar Jackson. 3rd down, they're going to put a man in motion, fake it all, and Jackson with the quick throw. He's got it to Zach Charbonnet. I mean, Lamar Jackson, He's everything you want in a quarterback. Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, who we played earlier this season, those are easily the best 2 quarterbacks in the league. Lamar Jackson with 96 speed and I think like 96 throw power or something crazy like that. As Roquan gets injured, oh boy. Last thing we need is Roquan getting injured when it feels like we have this game secured against the CPU Ravens. But yeah, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, they're just by far the 2 best quarterbacks. So if we had to, if you guys remember last season when we played the Ravens, that was the game of the year when the Ravens were up by 10 and we made the comeback, sent into OT on the last play of the of regulation. And just got that win. Like Lamar Jackson was doing crazy stuff in that game. So maybe we caught a break that we didn't have to play real Lamar Jackson, but we are playing real Zach Charbonnet. And the Baltimore Ravens, they're still in it to win it. 2-point conversion to make it a 2-possession game as the pyrotechnics are going off. Out the pistol, Jackson will get the ball. And the quick throw in the flats. He will make the catch. It's Carter surviving the hit from Drake Jackson. And the Baltimore Ravens, they're going to make us push a little bit more in this one. 48 points for some reason is not enough against the CPU Ravens. Oh, and oh no! Thankfully, that's picked up by Trey Turner. Joe Mixon got blasted, so he'll get subbed out of the game. We'll put Lorenzo Lingard in, and hopefully he can calm things down. That was the 2nd lost fumble of the season by Mixon. That separation from Anthony Schwartz. Can he make him fall? Ah, he did, but he got forced out of bounds in the process. I mean, this seems like the CPU Ravens are running a lot of man coverage, but not well. We're dicing it up. So, like, if they want to keep on running man coverage, we'll hit Schwartz on the zig. We'll hit Kirk on whatever it is, anything. When he's being guarded by that linebacker number 2, I don't even know who it is, as we get yet another penalty in this game. Jeez Louise. It's 2nd down and 6 with 7:13 remaining in regulation. I mean, at this point, this game just needs to end, man. Like, I just want to get out of here. And thankfully, Joe Mixon is doing the job. We call in the ground game, and it's pretty successful. And I absolutely jinxed it right there. So we lost the yard with Lorenzo Lingard. So 2nd down, dropping back the pass. That's going to be caught in stride by Brevin Jordan, but Patrick Queen prevents the 1st down. Only momentarily as Joe Mixon gets it going on 3rd down and 2. Put us to the 9-yard line. Mixon trying to find a lane, and we'll see if we can just finish this drive off with Joe Mixon. And indeed we do. Joe Mixon silencing the doubters here, the crowd here at M&T Bank Stadium? Yeah, I believe it's M&T Bank Stadium. That's still the name of the Ravens. We missed our 2nd PAT. I don't think we had missed the PAT all season long, and we've missed 2 in this one against the Ravens. Like I said, the wind affecting things, and probably a little lack of concentration on my part now that we're up big. I'm just kind of kicking these with no, premeditated thought. I'm just letting it fly. Oh, they let it fly, and look at this. Oh, my, the Ravens are dashing away. Jamal Hill can't get him, and that's a 1-point touchdown for Carter and the Ravens. Lamar Jackson is putting up quite the stat line in this one. That's at least his 4th passing touchdown in this ball game to go along with the 7 Sam Howell has. And man, oh man, if you love fantasy football stats, you got one of these guys on your team, you're doing well for yourself. And the Ravens once again get the 2-point conversion. Now the onside kick, down by 14. Justin Tucker cannot get it to go. That will be Anthony Schwartz on the recovery, and oh, that is Jefferson, the guy that we've been torching with Christian Kirk, and we're not able to put this game away on the ground. So on 3rd down, we're going to have to call on Sam Howell to deliver a dive. Oh, threw it behind the intended receiver, Anthony Schwartz, but that'll still be a catch. You see Sam Howell, a mega stat line as we go to the 2-minute warning. Up by 14. We'll see if the Ravens call timeouts here, and they will. So the CPU, they're going to make us get at least 1 more 1st down to officially put this game away. And I see Christian Kirk one-on-one. Oh, that's barbecue chicken. I don't know who that was that time. That wasn't his usual dude that he puts on the open campfire, but we still got it done nonetheless. Joe Mixon outside, and we're going to let the CPU know about it. You guys know I don't taunt people, but the CPU, man, the CPU pisses me off. So now that we finally put him away, man, I got to let the artificial intelligence know how I really feel about it. And also, we couldn't even kneel the ball right there because the Ravens still had 1 timeout. So we had to run it in with Joe Mixon there. And, yeah, I was like, if we scored a touchdown, cool. We kill clock. Doesn't really matter to me. But, I mean, Mixon was just wide open for the touchdown. We had enough time to celebrate, and all is J.K. Dobbins, they're still trying to pull a little bit of that cheating juice, but too little too late from the Baltimore Ravens in this one. Is no huddle here, down by 21. Jackson, that's in traffic, and a perfect pick by Justin Reed, reading the ricochet and getting the interception. That's what you call a classic tip drill. And now we can finally kneel this game out and call it a dub for our Houston Texans. This will move us to a 6-2 record entering the bye week. So about halfway through the season, 6-2. I mean, that's pretty good for us because we had a pretty tough start to our schedule, man. We played all of our divisional opponents. We played the Eagles. We played the Lions, two of the top teams from the NFC Conference. This Ravens game was supposed to be a tough game, but we kind of dodged a bullet out here. You see Christian Kirk, 343 yards, and Christian Kirk actually broke the single-game receiving record and got 5 receiving touchdowns, which might be tied for the most in a single game as well. I don't even know, but he definitely broke the single-game receiving record, which is still the actual single-game record of 334 yards in the CFM until now. And remember, Christian Kirk came really close in Season 1 against the New York Jets. He got 330 yards. So Christian Kirk, you guys will see in the stat sheet, the record book, I should say, he is number 1 and number 3 in receiving yards in a single game. Funny enough, when you play the CPU in this league, there are actually rules where you can't stat pad against the CPU, right? Like, you can't just blow them out and get a bunch of receiving stats for Christian Kirk. But the way we played that game, there is a stipulation in the rules where if it's a naturally close game, as in you're not trying to fix it to keep it close with the computer, so you can just put up stats, like we were in a naturally close game right there, unfortunately. And you know, when you're in a naturally close game, you do what you gotta do to win the game according to the rules, and you get to extend those stats. Like for instance, a receiver, you can't have over 220 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns, I think it is, in a CPU game. Christian Kirk obliterated that. Anthony Schwartz came pretty close to all that stuff as well. Sam Howell obliterated the quarterback thing. He had 380 passing yards, or 380 passing yards is the limit, and 4 passing touchdowns. Sam Howell went over 507 touchdowns. But since it was a naturally close game, the rules say you do what you gotta do to win, and I mean, to be honest, the rules could have went to hell right there. I was doing what I had to do to win that game, man. Like, the CPU, don't get it twisted, even though we won by 21, the CPU cheated their tits off in that game, all right? Like, that was not fun. That was not fun. But, hey, man, we got it done, right? Like, I wasn't trying to do anything crazy, but it just happened. So, you know, thankfully, the commish, you know, understood our situation, let it go, and, you know, we move on to next week with no penalties or suspensions or nothing like that. Actually, we move on to the week after that. We had the bye week, and now we go to week 10 against the Green Bay Packers. And as you guys see here, we have a tandem breakout game for Anthony Schwartz, and you won't be able to see from that because it didn't tell you who it was, but now you see it. We have an actual breakout game for Anthony Schwartz. So there's a lot of incentive for us to get 150 plus receiving yards in this game with Schwartz, because we'll get the tandem breakout, which, I mean, I don't think we've ever gotten. Yeah, I think we are literally like 0 for 10 at least on tandem breakouts. As per usual, Christian Kirk, he got himself some XP, and, you know, just 2,500 for triggering it. And this time, I made sure to not practice Anthony Schwartz so he didn't get hurt during the weekly training. Like last time we had the tandem dev against the Jaguars in week 3 or 4. So, yeah. So you guys are actually seeing that I'm playing against the user Green Bay Packers, which is definitely confusing if I told you that we're playing against the CPU Packers. Well, let's fast forward to the start of the 4th quarter where shout out to Brian Poole here for getting a face mask penalty on A.J. Dillon, which is going to be the last play of this game. So the Packers user and I, we did attempt to play this game, but he was traveling and he was trying to play on hotel Wi-Fi, and his game was lagging a lot, which honestly, we should have actually been beating him by more than only 7, and he had the ball right there with a chance to tie. We should have been able to do much worse to him, but I ended up throwing a pick 6 and making some bad plays, trying to get the dev story with Anthony Schwartz. But yeah, so the Packers user still on the road, still on bad hotel Wi-Fi. He just said, all right, you play my CPU. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to play the CPU for the 2nd week in a row, which cross your fingers and hope for the best. Thankfully, this is not a Packers team with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, because CPU Aaron Rodgers throws dots, man. But still, CPU Aaron Rodgers, as we are underway here in Week 10. I mean, CPU Aaron Rodgers, man, or Aaron Jones, he is pretty scary. So we'll have to make sure to contain Jones throughout this ball game. So I didn't show you guys the user game against the Green Bay Packers because it ends up being obsolete since the game lagged out. Like, nothing in that game matters. It's not like we're going to get like a 7-point buffer in this thing. It's just a fresh game against the CPU. So, like, none of the stats or anything translates. So, yeah, I'm just going to show you guys the CPU game as Drew Sanders with his second sack on the opening drive as Jordan Love struggling to feel the pressure. He's trying to do what Lamar Jackson did last week. He must have watched the tape, or 2 weeks ago. I keep forgetting about the bye, but you're not Lamar Jackson, my guy. So he got sacked a couple of times. A welcoming sight for us as we are going to try to push on this opening drive. Like last week when we left the door open for the CPU, we got to go hunt it for blood right here. And Sam Howell on the run. That one just sailed away from Christian Kirk. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 against the 3-man rush. Down low, it's Jalen Red with the reception. And look at that, Anthony Schwartz with a lot of separation. Can he score a touchdown? Oh, just tripped up by Savage at the 3-yard line as we put Schwartz in motion, and that's 97 speed on display from the Flash for the touchdown. So now that we're playing against the CPU, I mean, we can definitely, I don't want to say cheese the CPU, but take advantage of them, like how we did with Christian Kirk last week, and just go matchup hunting with Anthony Schwartz. And we're going to do whatever it takes to get this dev story with Schwartz, man. It's a bigger reason why we're playing the CPU here, because of the dev. And Jordan Love right now. Oh, he's buried again. This time by Drake Jackson. Jordan Love's pocket presence, it's at a negative 27 right now, as Aaron Jones got his first carry of the game. They definitely want to get him a bit more involved the way Love is playing. 3rd down, pocket collapses. Love breaks it, though. Sets his feet and just throws it away. So this has been a very auspicious start here from Jordan Love, very uninspired right now, but that's what we want to see, man. I'm rooting for that. Jordan Love, you want to play like trash? Fine by me. You don't want to attempt the jump balls that Lamar Jackson was doing on the 3rd and 15s? Fine by me. Eyes downfield. We want Anthony Schwartz. Deep crosser. Both feet in bounds. And Schwartz has quickly put up, I would say, about 75 receiving yards in this one. That's Jair Alexander. Not a man to be tested. Oh, Joe Mixon got blasted. It's 3rd down and 8 out the eye. We go play action. Bootlegging is Howell. Got Mixon in stride. He steps out, but still good enough barely for the 1st down. Lorenzo Lingard into the game and nearly scores the touchdown. 1 yard off. Less than that. Look at this Wildcat with Anthony Schwartz at the helm. And Schwartz bottled up but scores the touchdown. Remember, in the... I think it was the tandem dev story. It said if you score touchdowns, whatever reward we get is going to be multiplied. I don't know what that means rushing. That might have been dumb what I just did with Anthony Schwartz. I don't know. But it should help with the actual dev story where it just takes 3 touchdowns or 150 yards. We already have 2 touchdowns with Schwartz and somewhere close to 100 receiving yards. And we're in the 1st quarter. So we're feeling pretty good about that. Now we got to make sure we, win the game. We don't want Jordan Love to start getting comfortable out here. We definitely don't want Aaron Jones to get going. So that's a good stop on 1st down. 2nd down, Love. The backside pressure gets home. Drew Sanders with his 3rd sack of the game already. As we start the 2nd quarter, nothing downfield, so he checks it down. Oh my goodness, Jamal Hill going for the kneecaps right there. And that was a thunderous tackle on Aaron Jones to end the drive as we're looking for Schwartz on the corner. He's got space, and Anthony Schwartz with yet another reception in this one. And, I mean, yeah, I'm just going to try to get this done as soon as possible with Schwartz. We should be, relatively close at this point looking for Schwartz on the corner, but this time the CPU retreats, so we'll just give him a dose of Joe Mixon late flag, and that was really late. It's actually going to be roughing, unnecessary roughness on the AI right here. They hit Joe Mixon late. Usually a call you never see because I don't know why. They just don't call that. You get hit late all the time, but they finally called it for once as we go downfield for Schwartz again. That's his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, and surely he's got to be close on the yardage. But either way, I think we're good. I think we're pretty good with this Schwartz Dev story. We got 3 touchdowns. We're 2 yards away from 150. I am going to make sure we get this 150, and we're up 21-0 as well. We're about to 21 skunk the CPU. This is night. I mean, this is what happens when the CPU doesn't cheat, but also when they play like trash, because they definitely are. I mean, Jordan Love is having a horrific outing right now, looking for something underneath. 2 Packers run into each other, and Jordan Love, he just keeps on getting thrown down like a rag doll. That was Aiden Hutchinson that time around as they check it down, and second down and super long. Fine by us. A little before midway in this quarter. It's 3rd down and 11. Just dropping back into coverage. And Drew Sanders is going ham right now. That is 4 sacks in the game. And funny enough, remember when I talked about those CPU stats that you can't hit in a CPU game? One of the stats that you cannot go over in a CPU game is a single player cannot get more than 6 sacks. As Schwartz, with the juke move, goodbye. You're not catching the flash in the open field. He got the late block, but he didn't get the touchdown. And you may have noticed I actually pulled up and didn't score that touchdown on purpose, as we are going to pull Anthony Schwartz from the ball game because he is really close to breaking the rule for, as we get the touchdown here with Sam Howell to make it a 28-0 game. He was really close to breaking a couple of rules right there. One, I don't think you can score more than 3 touchdowns with a receiver. I mean, I think it's receiving touchdowns, but I'm assuming that includes all touchdowns, and we did have a rushing touchdown with Schwartz. So scoring that 4th touchdown might have gotten us in trouble, and given that we have the dev story done, and we're going to win this game, like, it doesn't really make any sense for us to jeopardize that, especially after the last week. After the last week we had against the CPU, I think it's in our best interest to be on our best behavior. So, yeah. I mean, I didn't think Anthony Schwartz would take that jet sweep all the way to the end zone pretty much anyways. His 2 Packers collide once again. This is absolute calamity right now for the Green Bay Packers. Cheeseheads thoroughly disappointed in this one as we come out the 2-minute warning. That's a throw in the corner, and the CPU doing their favorite catch, the rocket catch. That's what they're best at, as Jordan Love down low. Maybe Green Bay can get some points before the end of the first half right here. Just got to keep him out the end zone, and we'll still feel pretty good about this, as trying to line up the big hit right there. Clock continuing to chew here. Green Bay actually called a timeout as they go to Devontae Adams. That's only, I believe, the 2nd reception of the game for Devontae Adams, as Aiden Hutchinson gets injured for like the 3rd time this season, as we have a 1st down and goal at the 4-yard line. Jordan Love pressured and buried by Brian Breesy. That's mega right there, because now it's going to be really tough for the Packers to find the end zone in these next 2 plays, as you saw. I actually pause the game right there real quick. 2nd down, only a 3-man rush. Love, fine by us. He went 3 yards to Devontae Adams. Fine. Stop the clock. Whatever. 3rd down and goal. Here's Jordan Love once again with the 3-man rush. We'll give him the time. We'll see if he can make a play. I don't think he can. Now he breaks the pocket. Watch out. That's Drake Jackson with the sack. And, I mean, Drake Jackson and Drew Sanders are going crazy right now. And we'll see if they can make this field goal. Being iced and all, it's up and good. So, we have an interesting dilemma going on right now, because some of the stats you cannot get in a CPU game or cannot go over. One, you cannot get more than 6 sacks with a single player. Drew Sanders has 4. You also can't get more than 10 sacks as a team. And I think right now we have 7 or 8. And we're not even at halftime yet. As Sam Howell, I really wanted that crosser right there, but the spacing wasn't right. So looking for Troy Franklin. But we are actually able to run with Sam Howell for a little bit of yardage before the end of the first half. Obviously not going to risk throwing a turnover up 28-3 against the CPU. No reason for that. And we get ball to start the second half. So, yeah, I don't know what happens if we get more than 10 sacks. Like, do I got to just put everybody in coverage and only like rush 1 or something? And the funny thing is, like, we're not really doing anything special to get these sacks. A lot of these, pretty much all of them, are coverage sacks. I don't think I blitzed that all in this game. So I actually have no idea what the hell happens if we get close to 10. I'm going to not blitz and just, see what happens. But, yeah, it's a weird situation to be in for sure. But it's a good situation to be in, I suppose, because it means we're doing well, as we have Joe Mixon lead blocking for Lorenzo Lingard. I was confused about why I did that, as we give it to Christian Kirk right here. And I just wanted to give Christian Kirk the ball, because since we gave Anthony Schwartz just about every reception in this game before the game became a blowout, I was like, you know what, Christian Kirk? Let's get you a touch or 2. But obviously, Christian Kirk, he doesn't need too many touches after his ballistic outing where he broke the record last time out against the Baltimore Ravens. 3rd down, looking for Kirk and under pressure. And that did not work out. I tried chew clock right there on that drive. We did a decent job. We took away about half the quarter. So now it's just, keep him out the end zone and chew clock. I mean, at this point, I might actually sub in the backups if we get a stop right here, as A.J. Dillon actually did not get the first down, and they'll go play action on third down. Bootleg for Jordan Love. No, he sets his feet. He sits, he waits, he fires late. Oh, that's a great play by Jamal Hill on the pass intended for Devontae Adams, as we have an injury to Brian Breesy. I forgot to mention it, but you guys definitely saw Roquan Smith. He was just out for the rest of the game against the CPU, so that was fine. That was a bruised sternum, so we live with that. No long-term injury, so that was okay. And Brian Breesy, only a bruised shoulder. We don't need you. You can sit the rest of this one out, my guy. All good. All good. Get ready for next week's game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, or games. I don't know how many times we're going to be playing the Jaguars, but third down, we're going to come out here in goal line, get a little QB sneak. Kenny Clark with that inside stuff. Wasn't ready for that. All good. All good. Shoe clock. Shoe clock. At this point, I'm not even giving Joe Mixon the ball. I put Lorenzo Lingard in here and just going to let Zomo do his thing out here, because I mean, on third down, though, we are going to try to get this first down. Quick check down here to Joe Mixon. That might be a holding penalty, which would negate this first down. We'll await to see what it is. And, yeah, holding. So, easy first down taken off the board. But, yeah, this will definitely be the last drive for the starters, I would say, unless we, like, throw a pick six or fumble the ball or something like that. Otherwise, this should be the last drive for the starters here. Third down and 16. Might be the last play. We can't convert, but we do to Joe Mixon, who gets his redemption. Rightfully so, he gets the first down to extend the drive, and back to Mixon we go to start this fourth quarter. Once you're up by 28 points, you have to take out your starters, so we'll have to obey that rule as well, most likely. Third down, Gus Edwards into the game, and Gus Edwards getting the first down. This is the first sighting of Gus the Bus all season long, I think. I don't think we've put Gus Edwards in a ball game yet. Actually, no, we did in that Jaguars game because Joe Mixon was hurt. But, yeah, I don't think Gus Edwards did too much in those two games. Third down, we're just going to keep it on the ground here. Just trying to chew clock right now. But Gus Edwards, I think he got the first down right there. A little stiffy right there. And, yeah, first down, Gus Edwards. There's the inside stuff that I taunted earlier showing itself out as we have a penalty. I think this is offsides. And, oh, it should be a touchdown. It's going to be a touchback. That is thankfully not going to be a touchback because of the offsides penalty. But, yeah, I just dove in there. And, yeah, that was not smart. As we're going to pitch the ball here. It's actually the same exact play. And it's going to be a different result. This time we do get the touchdown with Gus Edwards. And I don't dive in like an idiot. That was the same thing I did with Brian Poole against the Bears in Week 5. Clearly, I have to stop doing that. I don't know why. My brain does not know how to dive into the end zone. I don't know. I don't know how to do that cheesy dive that other people do, because if I try it, I slide down like I'm giving myself up. And obviously, when I hit the hurdle button, because my brain farts, I do whatever the hell I've been doing. But Gus Edwards got a touchdown, so it's all good. That's a jump ball over Kyle Fuller, and the CPU decided, hey, look, we can do this whenever we want to. We didn't do it this game, but like, just to let you know, we can do this. Which, screw you, CPU. I already knew that. I don't know why you decided to just show it off there, but whatever. As I think we just try to send an all-out blitz right there. And, yeah, just moss Kyle Fuller and make him go out of position. Cool. Nothing you can do about that, but one-play touchdown, back to chewing clock, I suppose. As you see, the backups are officially in the game. Pause the game, put them all in right there. As Lorenzo Lingard, he is technically a backup as we go third down to Gus Edwards, and Gus the Bus with the first down. We only have 3 healthy running backs on the roster, so yeah, sometimes we have to put in Lorenzo Lingard in garbage time because, I mean, Gus Edwards is just towing this rock right now, but, I mean, look, it must be said, Gus Edwards is doing pretty solid right now. I mean, this is good blocking, but Gus Edwards is doing his thing as we are in position to kneel the ball if the CPU does not call timeouts, which they will not, but I'm still going to run the ball a couple of times. But one point I was trying to touch on earlier that I forgot to was when Jalen Redd made that reception. Part of the reason why Jalen Redd was in the game at all is because Kenny Golladay and Tyler Boyd both got hurt in practice. So we only had, I think, 4 healthy receivers on the roster. It was Kirk, Schwartz, Franklin, and Jalen Redd. I don't know how I call him. Joe Redd, man. This video's been going on long enough, man. We need to wrap this thing up. But, of course, before we wrap this up, we got to see that dev story done and dusted for Anthony Schwartz, man. And I think we officially got our first tandem dev of the entire series. Let's go, baby. This was a pretty good game for the stats against the CPU, I guess. Like, if you're going to have to play the CPU, you at least want to get good stats against them. So we did that in both games. This one, you know, we had to pump the brakes in the second. We literally parked the bus in the second half, but yeah, we did enough in the first half. We just got to get wins and move on, man. That's all you got to do against the CPU. And we got 2 wins against the CPU, and we are now 7-2. 7-2. That's pretty big. That still doesn't put us in first place in our division because the Tennessee Titans have that game up on us, and they just don't lose. So yeah, that's pretty tough for us. But as you see, Anthony Schwartz, +5 catch in traffic and +5 release. That is big because that's kind of the weaknesses of Anthony Schwartz's game. Catch in traffic and release. So that's going to help out. And he's got superstar abilities, baby. Let's go. He only got 2,000 XP. That's a little cheap, but hey, man, superstar abilities, that's what we are after. So, Anthony Schwartz, 84 overall. He's going to get to 85 after this upgrade, but his ability is still going to be locked. We'll have to wait a couple of weeks to get that ability on Anthony Schwartz, but we'll get to see the first ability at least, and hopefully it's not something stupid. Please, no bruiser. Hey, mid-and elite. Hey, we'll take it, man. But Superstar also helps with the development and all, so that should help Anthony Schwartz be even more of a beast than he already is. And Drake Jackson gets an upgrade as well, which is good for us. So that'll do it for this video, man. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed what you guys saw. Subscribe for more Madden 22 gameplays. Next time I see you guys, we will be playing a user once again, so be ready for that. I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you, as always, for watching.